Craig used to work downtown Seattle many years ago, and every now and then I would ride down with him. It was about an hour and 20 minutes from our house. We lived north of Seattle. He had a long commute. And I would ride down, and I would just spend the whole day window shopping, having coffee, walking up and down. It used to be really fun. I wouldn't do it now. It's filthy. And the anchor stores are all gone. But back in the day, the Bon Marché anchor store, mother store, was downtown Seattle. And at Christmas, the downtown area was really beautiful. So it was probably in December, and I rode down with him. And I was going to meet up with him at the Bon Marché under the entrance with the star. There was a huge star back in the day at Christmas time over one of the entrances. So it was before cell phones. I knew when he got off work, and I made my way to the Bon when I knew he would be able to get there. And he wasn't there. And so I just waited and waited and waited. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any cash with me. I think I had a checkbook. And, it got to be an hour, and then it was 2 hours. It was cold. It was dark already. It was starting to get cold. I had a very light sweater on. And I started panicking because I didn't know what to do. I found a quarter in my purse, at the bottom of my purse, and I called his office, and he didn't respond. He worked in a skyrise. I knew that it would be locked by like 5 o'clock, say, when everyone was out of there. People could keep coming out, but you couldn't go in. There was a security guard at the door, and it was locked, and I knew I couldn't go over there to look for him. And we always had a pact that if we ever got separated, I just stay still and he'll find me. So I stayed by the entrance, and finally I had this quarter, and I called, and he didn't pick up, and so I didn't have any more money. Little did I know that when I went to call, he had come around to that entrance, and I wasn't there. And it was right inside the door, but he didn't go inside the door because we had said we'd meet on the outside under the star. Probably by 7:30 or 8, we finally found each other. And I fell into his arms, but I was kind of in this rage, what looked like a rage. And I was just thumping his chest and like, where were you? Why didn't you come? What happened? I was panicked and out of my mind and crying my head off because I thought, I'm going to have to sleep outside with the homeless people. I really thought that. I didn't know what to do, and it was cold, getting cold, and it was dark. And he just let me kind of rage for a while, and then he just wrapped his big old arms around me, big old strong, safe arms. And he looked down at me and he said, honey, were you afraid? And boy, I lost it. I was just bawling my eyes out. And I said, yes, I was so afraid. I didn't know what I was going to do. And he said, did you know that all 4 entrances have a star over the entrance, not just this one? And I said, no, I didn't know. Sometimes sad looks mad. If that's a story that could help anybody, it was all worth it.